guys, it's Lisa from newlifeontheroad.com. How you doing? I thought I would share with you, we've finished our lounge one side of the bus, so that's really good. We have been held up a little bit. David's been helping out a farmer on his property, so he has been sidetracked. So he's full steam ahead back into the bus for this weekend, and probably either helping the farmer again next week, or back into the bus again, hopefully back into the bus and getting it finished. We are going to set a deadline. I'm going to talk tonight in regards to what date we are going to be on the road, because I want to go. Such itchy feet. I just want to get out there and explore Australia. I thought I would share quickly with how we bought the bus, how I bought the bus. I'm an aged care nurse, and I had a pretty horrible day in my business, or in my working life I should say, and I'm not an aged care nurse anymore, thank goodness. I came home from work and I was quite upset. I had seen something that shouldn't have happened at work, and I wasn't quite sure how to handle it, and I said to David, there's got to be more than this out of life. There just has to be. We were all drifting apart. I have 5 boys, as you all know, and our oldest was full on at school. He was in year 10. He was in cricket, football, soccer, athletics, you name it. He was in every sport you can think of. And we hardly ever saw him. He was high by, and he even had a part-time job. So he was studying. He had his own caravan at the back of our place at Glasshouse Mountains, and he was coming and going. Zach was heading that way too. He's our 15-year-old. He was in his room on his computer. Both boys had computers from high school. So they went to a good high school, and it was a private high school, and they were doing well that way, but we were upset with everything else in regards to our family life. I was busy working, David was busy with the family and stock market, so we were hi, bye, see you later, good night, good morning, and that was all we were doing with all 5 of the boys, and including ourselves. We were drifting apart, hubby and I. So I jumped onto eBay. He didn't realise he left his account open and on, and I was looking at motorhomes. We'd been talking about it for quite some time. His idea was to travel Australia with a tent. I'm not a camping person, never have been and never will be, and I was like, I can't do a tent with 5 boys across Australia for a year. I can't imagine that at all. It just was not something for me. Then I was talking to another friend, and we'd seen them at Christmas time last year, and we'd seen their beautiful motorhome, and we discussed it more. We'd been talking for about 6 months at that time of whether we buy a caravan, we buy a motorhome, we do a tent, whatever. We both wanted to travel, and we both want to show the boys a bit of Australia before they do grow up and leave home. So I'm just sorry, I'm just trying to get my boys out of the motorhome so I can finish this story. They want to come and see me. Here we go, there's Kyle. So where was I? So we had been talking about it for a while, and he left his eBay account open, and I looked at all the different types of motorhomes that were available. I looked at all the caravans that were available, even what are they called, pop-up camper trailers. I looked at them, and I saw a bus, and I showed it to him, and I said, look, if you were going to buy a motorhome, how much would you pay for this one? And he's a boat builder by trade, but has been working with caravans for 3 years, building and designing them, and he's quite clever with his hands, as you've probably already noticed with the videos that I've showed you. So we went through, and he looked at all the photos, and looked at the listing. We didn't look at where the location of the listing was, and he goes, oh, well, if I bought something like that, I'd probably pay $20,000. I was like, okay, no worries. He didn't realise I actually put a bid on as he walked away from looking at that listing. Sorry about the noise. Kyle, take it outside, darling. Quickly, rush past. That's what happens when you have 5 kids. He dropped the poppers. He's okay. So he walked away, and I put a bid on. And it got down to 3 bids later, and I put another bid on because we were outbid. And it got down to the last couple of hours and our bid was still in advance, and I had put a maximum bid and we hadn't reached that yet. And I thought, oh, hang on here, what have I done? And then he's got a bigger computer screen than what I've got, so I put it onto his screen in the kitchen as it got down to the last few minutes. And he's like, what are you doing? Why are you showing me this? And I was like, I think we've just won a motorhome. And he's like, what have you done? I was like, well, you know that one I showed you? And I said, if you were going to put a bid on it, what would you pay for it? I said, I think I put a bid on it. I think we've won it. And he's just shaking his head because he was making dinner in the kitchen, and he's going, oh, what have you done? And we got to the last few minutes, and eBay has a little countdown system. It goes down in seconds, and I'm going, oh my God, 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 I think I won, I think I won, I think I won a bus. And he's just full on shaking his head, hand over his face, of going, what have you done? And he's like, do you even know where it's located? And I was like, no idea. I hadn't looked at all. And I just thought, interesting. I wonder where it is located. And we won. We won the motorhome. I was screaming through the house, I won a bus, I won a bus. And then I rang the guy who had the listing, and he was in the shower, and I said, I just won your motorhome. He goes, oh, well, I was in the shower. I went, I don't care, I just won your motorhome. Where is it located? Because I had no idea. And it was in the bottom half of New South Wales. David even had to look it up on the internet in regards to the location of the area. And then we had to work out how to get this motorhome back to Queensland, because it was in New South Wales. We didn't even have the license to drive this motorhome back from New South Wales to Queensland, and I didn't even know you had to have a special license. So we had to work out how to pay for it, how to get it back. Was it as good as the listing? How does David drive it? We had so much going through our head in the next 7 days. And I came to an agreement with the guy, can you give us a week and a half to organise to pick it up? We'll pay a deposit into your account, we'll pay the rest when we get there. So he was cool with that, which was really good of him. And I thank him for that. And then we got onto Facebook, and I was like, help, we bought a motorhome but we don't have a licence. And then I was thinking and racking my brains, and I finally remembered that we'd seen our friend's motorhome at January that year. And they had a license to drive their motorhome, so I got in touch with them, and they were very generous, and the husband flew down with my hubby to Canberra, and my brothers picked them up and took them to the motorhome. I think it was like a 2-hour drive to this motorhome. We had spoken to RACQ beforehand, and they agreed to insure the motorhome. When we got there, David took the measurement of the motorhome, rang the insurance company, and it was actually too long for them to insure it. I was like, are you kidding? So David had to ring around and find someone to insure this motorhome before we could drive it home. It was not as good as the listing. The guy was very clever with his photos. He had photos of years ago when the motorhome was first done. He didn't have updated photos of the water damage. Once they got it insured, I think they left like 4:30 in the afternoon down there, and they drove all the way through. They just had an hour's sleep here and there. And the crazy thing is, because David's mate that drove it back has the license, David can actually drive it with him because he's been instructed on how to drive it. So they took turns driving and sleeping as they were going. They didn't stop really until eating and toilet breaks, and they didn't really stop and sleep much at all. So they drove about 18 hours straight through. She blew her, let me think about this. She blew the lighting system in regards to the wipers working in the rain, so David had to pull over and fix that. She blew it 3 times, I think it was, maybe twice. You'll have to ask David on that one. When she got back into Queensland and we parked her where we arranged to store her, I was stunned. It was not what I wanted. It was not what I thought. The pictures were cleverly done. They were not updated photos. So I give the guy 10 out of 10 for a great listing in regards to listing the bus on eBay. and not telling us everything. Thanks for that. Would I change it? If I could change the bus, the only thing I would change would to have her longer and to have storage bins underneath. I would love more bunk beds in the bus. We've just seen another bus recently from another gorgeous friend who've got 4 kids and they've got 4 bunk beds. I would love 4 bunk beds in the bus. So I would like it a little bit longer. I would like storage bins underneath for our storage solutions. But I wouldn't change anything else because I love Rose, the Lifestyle Challenge bus. David's doing a fantastic job, as you guys have seen. He's busting his gut getting this bus ready for us to travel on the road. And it's not an easy job. He's been fiddling with the lounges, like I've told you before. And he's done a lot of work. We've replaced nearly every window. He's taken the ceiling off to line. He's taken the walls off to line inside for installation. We've relined the flooring, new kitchen. I painted the bunk beds for the boys, new bed for us. And he's done a fantastic job. So I'm happy in that regards. I'm not sure if he's happy with the amount of work I bought him from buying a motorhome. But it's one of our dreams that we've had, and we're so excited that we're getting towards that dream coming true. So thanks for watching and listening about our crazy story of how I bought our motorhome from eBay. I'm hoping that David will do his side of the story from his perspective, because I'm sure it's different compared to mine. And it was crazy, and I think I would do it again. I would most definitely do it again because I just can't ever imagine living in a house again. So thanks for watching, guys. Lisa from newlifeontheroad.com. See you later. See you next time.